In 2014, we had cured cancer. We had beaten the common cold. But in doing so, we created something new. Something terrible that no one could stop. The infection spread, viruses taking over bodies and minds, with one unstoppable command: feed. I have related this book to Feed by Maria Grant to CJD, or Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease. Sean and Georgia are orphans of the Rising, the cataclysmic event which left the world in curiosity and fear surrounding zombies. Adopted by the Masons and raised in a strange world post-Rising media, they've spent their lives chasing the next big story, the one that will allow them to break into the big leagues, once and for all. Now, in Senator Peter Raymond's run for the presidency, they've finally found it. All they have to do is survive until the election, in a world filled with constant threat, both living and dead. It will all Sean and Georgia can do to keep themselves in one piece, to keep themselves alive. Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, or CJD, is a degenerative neurological disease that causes rapid degeneration of the brain tissue, causing neurological changes and impaired motor function. CJD is conventionally transmitted from bovine to human through consumption and can cause brain tissue to become sponge-like. CJD is in a family of diseases from human to animal diseases known as transmissible spongiform encephalopathy, or TSE, or prions disease. Unlike the book Feed, there is no evidence that blood can spread this disease. Studies have found that infection prions from BSE and VCJD acclimate in the lymph nodes, which produce white blood cells, the spleen, and tonsils. The only way we can confirm a diagnosis is through a brain biopsy. In the brain biopsy, a neurosurgeon removes a small piece of brain tissue and performs various tests on it. The leading theory of this disease is it is caused by infected proteins called prions. In infected cows, these proteins are found in the brain, spinal cord, and small intestine. There's no proof that prions are found in the muscle, meat, such as steak, or in milk. If a person does not eat nerve tissue from the infected cow, he or she may not feel sick right away. The following health organizations are tracking and studying mad cow disease and variants of CJD. Their websites contain the most up-to-date information about these diseases. Mad cow disease is a fatal disease that slowly destroys the brain and spinal cord in cattle. It also is known as bovine spongiform encephalopathy, or BSE. People with mad cow disease can have various signs and symptoms. Some may include personality changes, muscle stiffness, involuntary muscle movement, dementia, and seizures. These diseases can affect individuals at a younger age than those with traditional CJD. Most cases have occurred in adults, but in occasional cases have been seen in teenagers. No treatment is available to slow or stop down the progression of mad cow disease or treat those prions. Studies are currently being taken to investigation under a number of experimental treatments. Millions of cattle have been destroyed in Europe since the first case of mad cow appeared in 1980s. The first BSE case in a dairy cow in the United States was identified by the Department of Agriculture in December 2003. In the book Feed, Maria Grant creates a disease known as Achilles-Ambers, but I've decided to compare it to CJD, or mad cow disease. They have similar symptoms such as brain tissue decay, motor function impairment, and others. Unlike CJD, Achilles-Ambers can be tracked through the bloodstream. They go into great depth through the book about protocol around it, testing anytime you go into a building, bleach showers, identification constantly. CJD can only be found through brain biopsies or other conventional tests. I would would rate this book a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed how detailed the book went into about the sanitization processes for Achilles-Ambers. The disease also went into great depth about how it spread and how it starts. It also talks about pandemics and the outrageous rumors that can be created within a crisis. I also enjoyed the blogger aspect. Thank you for listening, and I put a lot of hard work and hours into this, so I hope I get a good grade. Thanks.